Hello and welcome back to the Punchers Chance podcast, and welcome to the preview show where we'll be having a look forward at next weekend's fights up in the northeast with Pat McCormack and the rest of the Matchroom stars. But before that, we got a host of fights rumoured that we're going to be talking about. Some big fights coming up and some big fights we want to see before the end of the year, so stick around for all of that. Subscribe for podcasts every single week. Straight into the action, though it's not the action, it's just talking about it. Eubank Ben. Rumoured action. Some fights on the undercard. Which one do we start with? I suppose we'll start heavy, Ben. Dubois versus Adelaide. It's a good fight, I think. What do you think about it?
Yeah, I was surprised when I seen it come up. I think it makes more sense for Dubois than it does Adelaide, especially coming off the loss against Hrgovic. Like if you were looking at it, like the sense would be that Adelaide's just lost to Hrgovic. Hrgovic is obviously beaten by Dubois, so Dubois should beat Adelaide, but boxing never makes sense.
Yeah,
so
it makes sense for Adelaide in the sense, though, that he would be 2 or 3 fights away from a fight that will make him the money, the Dubois. He'd have to win 3 fights in a row, good wins, to get to a Dubois money fight. Mm-hmm. So you might as well just cash in, make hay while the sun shines, right?
It's got a similar feeling, mine, ain't it? That if it is true of the Adelaide-Hrgovic fight, because when that was announced, I think we all had the same or similar reaction of, wait a minute, why is this happening? And it's the same sort of thing with this, because you look at that Adelaide performance against Hrgovic, started strongly and all that, and then as the fight went on, faded away, and then Hrgovic grew in confidence and all. For me, you know, when you put in the message in the group chat last week, Dubois Chisora makes a lot more sense from rankings point of view, which you added,
with the
than
idea.
this sort of fight. But for Adelaide, he's in bloody dreamland here. You know, he's coming off potentially his biggest payday of his career, and he could be fighting another big payday in a massive
payday,
stadium.
Probably. Let's be real. I think that is what this fight is for Adelaide. It's a great payday. It's the biggest payday he'll have, most likely, unless he somehow wins it. He probably won't get back to that kind of money.
It's a good time as well to get Dubois, I think, as well. You know, he's coming off that loss to Usyk, new trainer and all of that. So, that's why his team could potentially be looking at. You know, he could be a bit rusty and all that.
From Dubois' point of view, are we thinking it's a good fight in the sense of it's a fight he should be winning regardless, but actually there will be something there in terms of he's quite hardy, Adelaide. I don't see him getting out in there early. No. He'll be hard to move. He's decent enough operator that he's gonna at least make Dubois answer some questions. And if that's what the new team are trying to get him to fight in a new way, then that might be a smart way to do it. I think that's what this is about, right?
Yeah, I think it's just building our confidence back up after the Usyk defeat in it. But for Adelaide, it's mad looking at Adelaide, because after that Jamie TKV fight, which was a close fight in itself, we thought British title level is where he's going to be hanging about for a while. And now he's fought or will be fighting 2 genuine contenders at the top of the heavyweight division in terms of Hrgovic and Dubois. So I suppose he's not in a position where he can turn that down.
Have you just admitted that Hrgovic...
You just said that Hrgovic is a top 10 heavyweight.
No, I didn't say he was a top 10 heavyweight, but he's a contender in terms of...
Top 11.
He's a contender in terms of being in the upper echelons of the heavyweight division.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, but Hrgovic isn't, he wouldn't be... If he was British, he wouldn't be fighting a British title level, do you know what I mean?
No.
He's fought other world champions.
He's already past that level, yeah.
Yeah. And what I like about this fight more than anything is... And I think it goes for all the fights we're going to be talking about. It's British. It's all British. It's domestic clash, and they always have that little extra bite about them. And I think, Eubank Ben, that first fight was a British night. It was enjoyed by British boxing fans. It felt so good. And in Wembley Stadium, or Tottenham Hotspur, I think it will be probably, isn't it? That, British fight in a stadium, an all domestic card, or certainly the big fight's all domestic. He's got a good feel about it, right?
Yeah, I think why it worked so well last time as well. You had Vidal Riley, Chef Clark, and the other all British fights.
Lyndon Arthur, Anthony Yard, wasn't it? That was
yeah. They just got that.
No one asked for.
They've just got that special feeling towards them, especially with the main event as well. Obviously, it was a massive British crowd that was there to watch it. It'll be the same for this rematch, I think the build-up will be really good for it. And if they can put the card together that looks like it's rumoured to be put together, I think it could even top the first night.
As a whole night, probably, yeah. I also don't think that main event will get topped in the drama of that. But if you're talking commercially speaking, realistically, you want to stick Dubois against someone who's going to have something to say to him, and Adelaide will definitely do that. He'll bring the fun into that fight week in the same way that obviously Eubank, Ben, hopefully Eubank and Ben Senior will, and anyone else on the card will as well in many ways. Let us know, anyone listening on YouTube or Spotify, I think there is a comment section on Spotify, what you guys think about this fight and what fights you guys would want to see. I'd be interested to see, because I feel like the comment section always has a better job than us.
Yeah.
But they think about it longer, I think. They see the video, they go to sleep, they think about it, they scroll through BoxRec for hours, and then they comment, and then we're like, how do we not think of that?
They do and me, don't they? I do that.
Lots of prep. Yeah.
Lots of prep.
Whereas I just rolled out of bed and...
You just roll with it.
Turn up. The next one, not a commercial fight, I don't think in the same way, but an interesting style matchup, Jack Catterall versus Echo Esserman. Some people call Jack Catterall boring. Echo Esserman's definitely not that. Style-wise, what do you think of that one, Harry?
It's decent. I think, well, you look at Esserman now, he's on an incredible sort of upward trajectory in his career, beating Josh Taylor last time out in Glasgow. Incredible performance that night. And Jack Catterall's in that sort of similar position now where, we say this all the time about Jack Catterall. He's on the verge of something big. And then when he is just there, he doesn't quite reach it. And that happened, obviously, against Barboza's Jr., weren't it, up in Manchester, which was a little bit disappointing. But that's another great fight. You talk about all British classics. That's guy written all over it. And this is, you touched on it, the whole card, it's for British fans. And that's a British fan fight, and if you know your boxing, I think you're going to be entertained with that.
Yeah, I think style-wise, that's what makes me. I like this fight. But when I saw it, I thought, first of all, it feels odd because size-wise, I just don't. I think Echo Esserman looks like a big welterweight, and Jack Catterall still looks like a lightweight to me. I know he's not; he does fill out, but they doesn't look. But also just style-wise, you've got Jack will look to pick him off, look to fight on the back foot, look to be a boxer. And Esserman will keep coming. It's like a more experienced version of Cameron Vaughan, Gavin Gwynn. It's like a further on, higher level version of that fight where it's like...
what's his nickname? The Engine.
Yeah.
He's not going to let you...
That would be my only concern, all because they are so different in styles that it doesn't gel. But I've never seen an Echo Esserman fight that isn't entertaining, so I don't think it would be. No.
Interestingly, I know it hasn't happened yet or anything, but early thoughts on that one. Esserman. Which way would you edge towards? Esserman. Do you think because he's on the ascendancy, the power...
the style that he has is just so hard to deal with. I don't think many fighters could deal with his constant pressure. It'd take a really good back foot fighter to beat him, and I just think he'd get the better of Catterall.
It would also take, I think, a really good back foot fighter to have a really good night. You have to have pretty much a punch perfect performance to beat someone like that. And as soon as you make that one mistake, that can be the turning point. And sometimes it happens late enough in the fight that you can hold it out, and sometimes it happens really early on and you just unravel, and it can go many ways. And that's what's interesting about it. But I tend to think the same thing. I think it feels harsh to write off Catterall after what Barboza Jr. is his only sort of major loss in recent. But yeah, I just think... Yeah, I think Esserman will maybe be too much.
Well, exactly. But Ben's got his list of his fights. Since that Harry Scarf fight, Owen Cooper, incredible fight.
Yeah.
Incredible late stoppage in that fight. Needed that stoppage. Ben Vaughan, majority decision win. And then against Josh Taylor.
Was Ben Vaughan the really bloody, absolute scrap where they just both threw bombs for the whole fight?
Both eyes.
That was an unbelievable fight. That was as British as it gets.
The thing as well, I think with Catterall in this fight, you have to be patient. Has to be patient with his work, but I don't think he will.
Him to a T though.
I think he will. I don't think that he will always be patient. I don't worry about that. It's just whether or not he's
not someone who's going to stand there and trade with him.
It's whether he can do it for the whole night.
Imagine if he did mind.
It could be done. It could be done. It's easily done. We've seen people do it. People put in those kind of performances and they can stay switched on. And he's been the distance enough times. He knows how to stay good a whole fight. It's just whether or not Echo Esserman, who we know is not going to stop, we know is not going to slow down. It's whether or not you have to be punch perfect. Your footwork has to be bang on. Your head movement has to be bang on. There has to be a little bit of luck involved. and a lot of skill involved. And does he have it? I don't know. That's what I like about
it. It'd be a really good fight to watch.
Yeah, and I think it'd be a nice sort of tonic to the main event, which will be fireworks. In terms of fight week, will be pretty respectful. Post fight will be pretty respectful. In the ring, it'll be, it won't be quite so.
Everything what's brilliant about boxing, innit?
This night, boxing's not. It doesn't. If you had all fights that are just like bang, you'd be knackered by the end of the fight night. I think you need that little bit of kind of change of pace. Do you know what I mean? If you had all fireworks from start to finish, you might by the end of it just be blowing and ready for a
more tired than the actual fight.
Yeah, exactly. But then a fight that I think would be good pace, good fireworks, an interesting build-up would be Hamzah Sheeraz versus Callum Simpson. It's a fight I'm annoyed at myself for not thinking about earlier because it's a belter. I kind of forgot because obviously Sheeraz is on his way up and Callum Simpson talks a lot about fighting people like Ben Whittaker up at light heavyweights. So clearly he sees himself as someone who can move upwards. But like, that's a good fight, right?
Yeah, that's really intriguing. I don't know where I'd go with that one because Sheeraz looked a different beast in his last fight, but then the Callum Simpson performance after being was he dropped twice or 3 times early on in that fight up in Barnsley and come back to win. So
3 times, yeah.
Like that would be really good. That would, as a co-main event, I think that could, well, saying I have Dubois is on there as well. Like, which one of them do you put as a co-main event?
Have we've got the issue again, haven't we? With
and
like
then
the magnificent.
You could have Gavin Gwynn, Cameron Vaughn on there as well.
Yeah, loads.
Kicking
Like
off
that could open the card, and that's a really good fight.
Yeah.
It's a massive step up, mine for Simpson. Like Ben touched on, he looked $1 million against.
It's a massive step up, but I think it's the kind of step up he needs. Like he's ready for world level now. It's just whether or not
was it
won the
European? Yeah, like
he's won everything. He's been there a long time, and I just think either he makes a huge jump up to a world title fighter and loses, I think, against the very top of his division, or actually takes a very good payday at someone who probably is at that level but just hasn't proven it yet. We've obviously seen him lost to Carlos Adames for the payday and the fact that yeah, but come on now.
I'm just reading box track.
Did Sheeraz win a world title in the last fight?
No.
So neither of them have won a world title.
It was his first fight at super middleweight, wasn't it?
Yeah, of course.
And he looked a different beast.
So yeah, neither of them. It would be just like, again, it's that like, Simpson's got that northern hardiness, that bravery. I think he will keep coming. Huge crowd behind him. I think even from Barnsley, he'd bring a fair chunk down to Tottenham. But then Sheeraz is classy. He's so powerful. It worries me. It could be an early night in terms of, I think if Sheeraz can get to Simpson, his own bravery might be his own downfall, in the sense of he will never say quit. And against someone with hands like Sheeraz, you almost need to have a bit about you, bit smarter.
Yeah,
but I don't think he's had to show that smartness yet. So I'm sure he has it in the locker.
I'm getting excited for this card, and we haven't even had any of it announced yet.
And then we're going to get it.
We'll end up with something
Daniel
completely
Dubois
different.
versus TBA, Jack Catchell versus TBA, and it'll just be
Early prediction then for Sheeraz Simpson.
Sheeraz stoppage.
Yeah, I think it's just a little bit too early for him.
Yeah,
it's
I think
the
so.
wrong step up fight.
I think it's the wrong fight, but
how though? Because they both have won a European.
I think
title.
I'm just going off recent performances. And
yeah, but who do you give Simpson otherwise? Christian and Billy, tough fight. Canelo, tough fight. Crawford, tough fight. I don't think at super middleweight there's anyone.
Pacheco, that's the other one.
Again,
still
But
hard.
the other thing
Pacheco's
about
probably
Pacheco's meant to
done
be
more.
fighting-
that would just be like looking in a mirror, but American version. It's just they are the same guy, but one of them's American, one of them's British. That is
Munguia?
Diego Pacheco, and
Yeah, but you're throwing world.
you're throwing people who are at
World
no
level
better a
fighters,
level
isn't
than Hamzah Sheeraz.
Is Munguia thingy for?
Yeah, he's banned. Isn't
Yeah,
he?
he's banned. Yeah.
So
Allegedly.
your French mate, or whatever his name is, I forget what. Can't believe his name's missed me. But some good fights in there. But let's take our fan hats off, put on our promoter hats. There's a new promoter Ben in the game.
Someone's good at this.
Some would say there's only one promoter Ben in the game now, but there's certainly at least one new one. What would be your one fight, either on this card or just before the end of this year, that you want to see?
I'm going first.
Actually, no, I'll put you last because you talked up a big game. You know Harry's, so I'll go first. this is a fight we've talked about, I reckon, 2 or 3 times on the podcast, but not for a long time. It's gone quiet on that end for different reasons. Ben Whittaker, Louis Edmondson. I think while Boxer are still involved in that card with Eubank Ben, they're going to try and get their fighters
Are they
out.
involved though?
They are a promoter on the event, yes.
They're Team Eubank, aren't they?
They are still on.
I thought Eubank wasn't working with them anymore.
They are on the event. He is promoting it, officially speaking.
They just squeezed themselves in.
Yeah, I don't. But so, you know, in theory, if they are still under contract with them, you imagine this is the only opportunity to get their best fighters out there. They're gonna take it. And in terms of Ben Whittaker, I don't think there's a better fight out there while everyone's tied up elsewhere in the division. I think this makes the most sense. Louis Edmondson off the back of a loss, having touched a height that we haven't seen Ben Whittaker get to yet. Ben Whittaker looking unbelievable in his last performance against Liam Cameron, now working under Andy Lee.
That'll be a really
Intriguing
another
fight.
Good build-up as well.
And
you
Louis
imagine that
Edmondson
build-up?
just seems to get himself on good cards. Obviously, he's fought in Wembley, another stadium fight. I think he'd be daft to say no to it. And I think he'd be full of confidence that he could beat Ben Whittaker. And I think Ben Whittaker could be full of confidence he could beat Louis Edmondson. Again, if we're talking build-up, that's going to be a spicy, spicy fight week.
That would be good.
Incredible.
That would make for a good main event, to be fair.
Yeah, and I think maybe there is a world where
Depending
that's
on
a main
where-
event.
Where
On
Ben
I
Whittaker's
don't
at.
think- Do you reckon they could do that on BBC?
Once it won't be. He'll be happening when he signs with Queensbury.
Yeah, or Matchroom or vice versa or whatever.
Whoever
but-
picks him up.
Oh yeah, I think
That's a cracking fight.
it's a good fight.
Good
Not bad. You get to see
Because he
the
looked good
profile.
against Lappin, Edmondson, didn't he?
You two are going to be so shocked with the one I've picked. I've
Really?
gone completely rogue.
He's gone for
Yeah.
Anthony Yard, Lindenhoff for 4. The fight that everyone
Derek
wants
Chisora,
to see.
Dillian White.
called it early.
like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
My one, Vidal Riley, looked incredibly impressive against Chev Clark at Tottenham. He's going to return to that stadium, I would like.
Home stadium.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, I thought it was an Arsenal fan, but there we go. And I would like to see him take on Chris Billam-Smith.
Yeah.
That would be a good fight.
This is when we have to act surprised. Like, Harry didn't
the
spend
worst
like,
thing is I tell him beforehand.
he spent about 10 minutes thinking
Yeah.
of that one before we started
No, I
recording.
think it's a good matchup, though. I think that, you know, Chris Billam-Smith against Brandon Glanton didn't look too impressive. It was because Glanton just went off the pace of that fight. And Vidal Riley against Chev Clark, that was meant to be a kind of, oh, let's see where Vidal Riley is at in his career, because Chev Clark, someone's one of his
Is he
favourites.
still your favourite fighter?
Yeah.
I do really like Chev
I
Clark.
think he made a video. He got a video
Big
with
fan
him.
of Chev Clark.
Yeah.
Really good fighter. He just come up against someone who was
Better
Better.
than him
More
on the
importantly, a
night.
really good guy as well, I think.
Good phone as well he had, didn't he? Remember the phone? You know, not a modern
Did he?
phone. He had a fold-up.
I wasn't paying attention. I was
You were the one that
too busy holding onto my seat as he shook the
you
whole
were the one
row.
that was teaching him how to put an Instagram live
Instagram Live, yeah.
up in Wembley. But I think that's a brilliant fight. Does it happen on the Eubank Ben undercard? Maybe.
I think that's where Vidal Riley wants to be fighting.
Oh,
certainly. I think he wants.
Well, it fits what
at
you just said, his
Tottenham
home
Hotspur
stadium.
Yeah.
fist back.
As a
Give it to him,
Tottenham
definitely.
fan. And you know what? I think for both people, it makes a lot of sense. You know, that would put Vidal Riley right at the top of the rankings. And for Chris Billam-Smith, it would be a fight where he could say, I've beaten somebody who you guys are thinking is a future world champion. Here's a reminder that I'm still that guy.
Yeah,
Basically.
'cause it's hard to know where to place Chris Billam-Smith at the moment.
Because he's coming off
in
that
the ring, probably.
Is it Zerda Ramirez or is it Glanton he's coming off? No. It would be
Glanton.
Glanton and then
Glanton.
Ramirez.
Ramirez was before he
You
lost.
could look at this fight as going, you guys are overlooking me now. You guys
Yeah,
think
I
I'm
think
on
that's
the
exactly what it
downwards spiral of my career, but yeah, it's an intriguing fight. I'm
Also,
interested in his fight.
Realistically, Tottenham versus Bournemouth happened this weekend.
1-0.
Bournemouth come out on top, 1-0, clean sheet.
Someone's been watching
Could that be
matches.
a- could that be a, Could that be a prediction, early
I
prediction?
think-
Maybe.
I
Oh,
think
you're
for that
sounding
one,
like Ben now downstairs. Remember that about Crawford, Canelo?
I'll
His
save that for
description.
next week.
Yeah.
Save that for next week.
Causation, correlation's not causation. I think the phrase goes. I forget what it is. Anyway, tell us your fight.
My one for the end of 2025 is very different to what we normally speak about on this podcast.
Was
but
this a timer?
No, it's not actually. This weekend there wasn't much boxing, but there was a Misfits card.
Oh my God.
One fight I'd like to see: Jake Paul against Darren Till.
Oh, honestly,
end of the year?
Where's the end record button? Are you serious? That's the if you had
So hang on, I spent
we-
10 minutes looking for a decent matchup.
you actually want to see that.
I would be interested in sitting down and watching that because I think Darren Till could beat Tommy Fury, which has beat Jake Paul. So if you're gonna build up that could end up on a Netflix card.
I think, to be completely honest,
I don't know how they'd work it out though, 'cause I don't know if Netflix
the
or
game's
Misfits.
gone.
I think you've lost your head. I could not care less about that fight.
Could it not?
Game's
No,
gone.
no, no.
I think
That fight could be happening in the car park down there.
You should have just
and
said
I
Joey
wouldn't pay
Essex.
attention.
You should have just said Joey Essex against Danny Aaron's.
no. We've talked about giving Jake Paul a good fight. He's winning me round, Jake Paul.
Oh God.
That is shocking.
No.
No, you could stick that in my garden and I'd shut the blinds. I genuinely would. I genuinely would.
In terms of, I'm not saying it's going to be a brilliant fight, but in terms of the level they're both at, I'd be interested to see who wins out of the two of them.
In all fairness to him, it is a decent fight, but
I think the build up would be
better
quite
fights
funny
to be
as well.
made.
Oh, the build-up would be hilarious because Jake Paul wouldn't have a fucking clue what Darren Till was saying the entire time. He'd be slinging insults that he's never heard of before.
That would be-
I don't think Jake Paul would pull out thinking he's going to get kicked in the head. I think he would like that kind of narrative on the show. I think he'd like that excitement. Obviously, he'd probably put it in the contract clause, if you kick me in the head, you won't get paid anything or something like that. But not that his fights are rigged. That was not a suggestion they put for legal reasons. That's not a suggestion they put. Anyway, yeah, I don't know.
podcast. I can't believe that.
I'm shocked.
I'm very shocked.
I was going for something different.
I like it. No, I do like it. I appreciate it. And
You
I'm
are
sure
different, yeah.
I'm sure the viewers, and I'm sure more importantly our TikTok feed will be enjoying that shout as
So
one
by the
fight
end
to
of the
watch.
year, or by the end of sometime next year, then
Yeah, I just think like Jake Paul is always in and around boxing as a sport at the moment.
I'm not being funny.
We
as
do
well.
talk about him a lot on here, considering
yeah.
we know really.
I reckon if we did it by title, I think his name would be the most.
Yeah, possibly.
Him
Him or
Inoue?
Inoue.
Inoue would have the most views. I think Jake Paul would have the most mentions. We will that wheelbarrow out any time we can.
So I'm just doing it
But
again
he
this
did look.
week.
In all fairness, it was a great stoppage by Darren Till on the weekend.
It was a good combination. Big power.
And he's opened up and said he's sticking to fighting sort of MMA fighters, Jake Paul, YouTubers, and all that because there's more money in it. You know,
Big money,
he'd
but little
rather
risk, yeah.
He's bought a flat in Dubai or something, but I can't believe that, Ben.
I think I'd prefer the Tommy Fury fight for that one. Personally.
Tommy Fury, Darren Till.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still think that's
I
a
just
good
don't
fight.
think it happens though.
No, neither. I don't know. Maybe. We'll
Have you got
see.
any insight on Tommy Fury? You know, fighting soon because you obviously.
I was
the
told
boxing news.
it won't be.
Because that last fight he had was.
I'm told it won't be
incredible.
many more journeyman,
That's one way to-
boring kind
Okay.
of. It will be commercially viable fights. I've told possibly talks of a rematch. So whether that's Jake or KSI, but I think that was probably hopeful thinking
What
rather
about the
than.
Bosnian guy? He just thought maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
That's going to be the rematch.
I think that's probably more wishful thinking than
What, the
actual-
Bosnian fighting the Bosnian?
No,
Like
the-
that's
than
where he
concrete
makes
talks.
money on it. Like he's not going to make any money for
No,
any
exactly.
other
And he said it's not
professional.
worth his time. And do you know
Yeah.
what?
It
Fair
doesn't
enough
make
to the
sense.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was doing a triathlon recently. I saw him do his famous sprint finish again. Did you see that? You know, do you remember the race he
Yeah,
did about
when he
the
overtook
weird
the
sprint
lady.
finish?
Yeah.
He did that again at the end of the triathlon. But he runs funny. Do you know what I mean? He is funny to watch run.
I think it's because he's so top heavy.
Yeah.
He's
I
just
can't
like-
imagine Tyson looks all that much different running, sprinting anyway. I don't know. Well, I've never seen him. But yeah, interesting. I really didn't see that. That was left field. I like it.
You can
and
tell there was no boxing
it's
on
topical.
on the weekend.
It's topical because it
Lost
links
my
to the
head.
Misfits and stuff.
I'm quite surprised he didn't say like bare knuckle or something, you know, with that as well.
Yeah.
You know, make it even more rogue.
I thought you were going to go for like.
MMA.
I thought you were going to go for like a female fight or something. I thought that was going to be your
Yeah.
like. I don't know what it would be. Sky Nicholson,
Scotney?
Ellie
I
Scotty. That would be a
got
belt. Super
one for
bantamweight. To be
you
fair,
for this card, after this card, on the weekend.
is it?
Cameron Von.
Is it by any?
Cameron
Can I guess this? Is it Tiah-Mai Ayton versus Laura Payne?
It isn't.
Oh, that'd be a good fight though
It
for
would
the British
be.
title because
It
Laura
would be
Payne's
good.
fighting Megan Redstall. I think
I've got something different.
the girl we saw down in
Really?
Bristol. Yeah, they're
Oh,
fighting
wow.
for the Commonwealth or the British or something. I saw. Either way,
Not on a Sanagar show though.
no, on a top tier, I believe. Anyway, let's
Oh, wow.
segue nicely. I don't know what this hand movement was. If you're listening on Spotify, you missed that. Thank God
like
for
a
you.
referee then, Sam.
Yeah.
Game's gone.
Pat McCormack versus Miguel Parra in Houghton Spring in Tyne and Wear. So northeast. We'll just call it northeast.
Sunderland.
Sunderland.
Yeah. Don't say Newcastle.
It's a good fight for Pat McCormack. It's a good opportunity to get the Matchroom prospects out there. I'm not going to crawl through glass to watch it. You know, if it was happening in my garden, I wouldn't shut the blinds to use that one again. I'd open them, but I'm not enthralled by it. Albeit I'm excited to see a lot of the fighters on their fight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's got a sort of next gen feel, this card, ain't it?
Yeah.
How many times have we said that this year, though?
Yeah.
What, about
Too many.
Matchroom show?
Too many times.
Just
But in a way, though,
British shows in general.
for Matchroom, though, this sort of card is probably a look into the future of British boxing, because you look at the names on there. Adam Macker,
Yeah.
I'm not being funny, that guy has got some confidence for an 18-year-old who,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know if he's been media trained yet, but to come out before fighting your first pro fight saying that you would beat Naoya Inoue already is a really bold statement, but it's good to see.
Outside of the ring, he's like the complete opposite of the other 18-year-old on the card tier.
Yeah.
Who's very kind of quiet, humble, I'll do what I do, get told what I get told, do the job. They're both very good in the ring. Leo Atang, another one, obviously quality. I think the problem Matchroom have at the moment is they very much have lots of world level fighters in terms of globally, and then they have lots of brand new prospects they've brought in all similar time, the likes of Adam Macker, Leo Atang, Tiah-Mai, Ayton, etc. They all brought in them at the same time, and I think more than anything they're lacking the depth of talent in between to sort of really fill out a quality card. And I think that's what this is it kind of looks like you have like two good fights at the top and then prospects.
It's a filler.
Let's be real, we've criticised Queensberry for doing a number of times as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think it's just a general British cards thing that
It's the money.
It's the sort of card where you go, right, you haven't been out in a while. Right, we're going to put this card on this weekend. You're fighting on it. You're fighting against this guy, blah, blah, blah. Get on with it. But there's one decent matchup on it, and it is quite a tough call to make. Mark Dickinson, Troy Williamson is a belter of a fight for the English title.
Yeah, it's a weird one because Troy Williamson still had a lot of fights.
Yeah.
I sort of see him as a British level fighter rather than English level, and obviously he's fighting for the English. And then Mark Dickinson's, had that one loss on his record, but otherwise, it should be a good fight. And I just think it's the kind of fight that you expect to be a little bit tasty. Just English British title fights generally are.
Yeah.
We'll get on to, I suppose we'll do this on the predictions app. I imagine it's on there, but we'll start off with Pat McCormack, Miguel Parra, fighting for the WBA interim, I believe, which would set up a fight with
Rolly Romero
at welterweight.
Can you
is it?
imagine that
Yeah,
at the Stadium of Light or somewhere like that? Northeast.
Oh, at Championship Stadium. So I'm just predicting for the future.
Wow.
Yeah, so, it would be good. It would be good. Realistically, probably First Direct Arena, Newcastle, or is it is it Motorpoint?
Utilita or something.
Utilita, whatever it be.
Too many names.
Yeah, or you could do it in Gateshead Stadium. It's a nice little ground up in the northeast.
I don't feel like Rolly Romero comes to the UK to fight.
Can he do it in a cold, rainy night in
Sunderland.
northeast? Maybe. Could he?
I don't think he comes here to defend his belt.
I also
think
Pat McCormack would be daft not to take the money that you would get fighting over in the States. It just is.
Or Saudi or wherever else. And even though you look at him as 7-0, they need to start moving him quick, I think, because, he is 30 now, and obviously he's had long layouts with the injury and whatever else, but he strikes me similar to like Galal Yafai, where spent a long time as an amateur, or they're going to move him quickly as a professional, and obviously if he wins on Saturday, it puts him basically one fight away from a world title. But there's a few other fighters, I think, in and around that. Is it WBA rankings?
Yeah.
Like Yasov, I think, is one.
Is it not?
This is who the Parra lost to.
I was going to say, is it Echo Esserman not ranked with the WBA? Or was that the WBO? I think it was actually. Sorry, as I said it, I had a thought.
But going back to Pat McCormack, great performance against Robbie Davis Jr. last time out. Obviously, we've talked to Robbie quite a lot, and that's when you set up and go, all right, now I'm watching, and it's a great opportunity for him. Sort of his first homecoming fight. It's well deserved and all, and yeah, he just showed his levels last time out against Robbie Davis Jr. and it fills you with confidence that Saturday night, we'll save the predictions for the end, but he should have a dominant performance.
I think he jumps, if Pat McCormack wins on Saturday, he jumps above Shakram Giasov and Stanionis, who lost to Boots
Ennis, yeah.
I think he jumps above them to become the interim.
I do think it's a fight he should be winning as well. This is a fight he's lost a number of times.
Well, he's lost to Shakram Giasov.
He's lost to people like Florian Marku, who's not.
Yeah, but
he's not
let's
a
just say
world level
he's on
fighter.
a 3-fight winning streak. So just
Yeah.
just put it out there. Look at that.
And I'm imagining that Eddie's done a few more background checks on the old on the old VADA and whatnot after obviously what happened with Francisco Rodriguez Jr. and Galao Yafai. But yeah, it's a good opportunity for him to, like you say, look to become 9-0 world champion, which you don't get to say all too often unless you have an extensive amateur career like he had. Yeah, I like it, and I'm happy for him in his hometown. Exciting, interesting.
Sandy
Obviously,
Ryan back
we've
up
mentioned.
as well.
Yeah, Sandy Ryan just seems to be stuck in an awkward point now, where she's the only one who's not
That was
gone
the
over
one
to
I was gonna-
MVP.
Yeah, that was the one I was going to mention for a future fight. Her and Lauren Price.
Yeah, it's a good fight, but
I think that still very much makes sense.
I still think the Michaela Meyer fight makes more sense.
Or is
think
that
she's
going to
fighting.
happen? Yeah, I think she's got a fight lined up, hasn't she?
in the away corner as well on the fight poster.
I don't think if Lauren Price is to stay with Boxer, they are not going to have the financial capabilities to put Lauren Price and Michaela Meyer together.
I don't know how much that fight cost you. I think
it
their
co-
best bet is hoping that Meyer goes off to MVP
Comes over
and then let them bankroll it, because they seem to be the only ones
I
bankrolling
suppose
big
if
women's
they,
fights.
if
at the
they
moment.
pay him for it, it makes a difference.
But yeah, it's interesting enough. It makes it. I would watch the Lauren Price fight. I think it'd be a good scrap. But
It's an East Midlands derby there as well for Sandy Ryan.
yeah. Derby versus Derby.
Oh, don't-
Is it a Derby
don't do
Derby
that to me.
or is it? Because she's from Derby, isn't she, Sandy Ryan?
Yeah.
I haven't made that up.
Lindy.
Let's have a look. Where?
Oh no, she's not.
Jade,
Forget about that.
Jade Grierson.
Forget
yeah,
that.
Sandy Ryan is from Derby.
She's
yeah.
from France. Pardon me.
She's fighting a British girl.
Yeah, Grierson's from
Newark,
Have I
Nottinghamshire.
pressed on the wrong one?
Yeah,
Nottinghamshire. So she is, yeah. Have you pressed on a bloke? Oh no, you're looking at the girl that Tia's.
Oh yeah, I pressed on the wrong fighters.
Yeah.
What then? Oh, my research.
Cameron
How I
Vong
messed that
versus TBA.
How was they not got a
Disappointing.
fight from yet?
I don't know.
And now
It's-
isn't that Gavin Gwynn?
I've got-
like
well,
why
you
haven't
say
they sorted
that.
that ages ago?
Yeah, mental fight.
From my research, I've got Facundo Arce.
Facundo Buenanotte. He's just gone to Chelsea.
No,
now.
I'll try and get his record up now. Apparently, he's meant to be fighting this guy.
It's not been made official
It
yet.
hasn't been made official yet.
So
I'm not being funny. By the time this comes out, normally the
Yeah, probably
TBA.
is.
well, this one's coming out tomorrow at least, so we might have some time.
Apparently, he's fighting someone. This guy, 18 and 20. I could be completely wrong there, mind.
Yeah, fair enough.
From
I don't
what
know.
I've
We'll have a
seen
look.
online.
Of course, we'll have a look. But yeah, interesting enough. Out of the three prospects, Tia, Leo, Adam Maka, we're expecting confident big wins from all of them, presumably.
3 stoppage wins probably.
You'd hope so, right? I'm trying to see. Obviously, we've spoken to Tia a couple of times. She's in the magazine as well. Is this another?
Is that still available, the magazine, Sam?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah,
Yeah.
still
If you
available.
drop me a message, I'll get you a copy.
Happy days.
You'll have to pay. I'm not just giving you one, but you know.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, no. So, I think
Predictions?
predictions.
Oh, God.
Now, this is going to be a tough one to predict. I think it will be.
That's if it even on it.
This is a kind of card that, let's say, 12 months ago, we'd have spent the entire podcast going, "This is an intriguing fight. This is an
Yeah.
interesting fight. I'm looking forward to this fight." And I am. I will watch this card. Like, I will stick it on. I'm not being.
Oh, you got Michael Conlon fighting this weekend as well.
Yeah, there is a few other bits and
Charlie
bobs.
Edwards,
And,
yeah.
What's his name?
And Sugar Nunes.
Sugar Nunes. But it's sort of just it's an off weekend, isn't it? It's a quiet weekend.
It's because it's being followed up by probably
the best
biggest fight of
weekend
the
in a
year.
while. Yeah, you got 3 unbelievable fights in Lewis Crocker, Paddy Donovan as a main event, and obviously Kevin Aguiarco versus Ishmael Davis on the undercard of that. You've got
You got 4
Canelo
incredible
Alvarez
fights that weekend.
Crawford.
Five,
Which
actually.
one am I missing?
5.
Okay.
Colin McIntosh, Nathan Owls.
Course.
Live on S4C for all the
Course,
Welsh fans.
forgot about that.
Yeah. Do not forget that.
Parfit Rashidoma.
Oh, incredible fight as well.
You sounded very official there when you said, "Oh, there's only 3 fights on this prediction."
It's quite a bit.
We'll do it quickly. Sandy Ryan versus
Have a look.
Jade Grierson. Sandy Ryan points decision. Yeah. Mark Dickinson, Troy Williamson.
Dickinson stoppage.
I've gone Dickinson points.
Dickinson points. And Harry's now looking at his knockout percentage and
Nope.
disappointed himself. Pat McCormack
Pat me up
versus Miguel Parra, welterweight 10 rounder.
McCormack gets the stoppage.
McCormack gets the stoppage.
Yeah, stoppage win.
That was
It's going to be
enthralling.
decided on the rounds, I think.
Yeah.
I don't like it when it goes around. So
Anything else going on at the minute? I mean, I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
Very excited for
getting closer now.
Next weekend really is a belter. I think what we plan is we're probably not going to review this card because I don't think there'll be a huge amount to talk about, barring any major upsets or crazy things happening, which I wouldn't discount. I think the plan is we're going to be doing Canelo Crawford and that whole card, that whole week, everything like that. Obviously, Dana White's debut in boxing. We're going to talk about that on... It
feels like a UFC type
Tuesday
sort of as well.
You guys will get that one in your subscription or Spotify feed or wherever you choose to listen to us. And then we'll do Inoue versus Akhmadaliev and Paddy Donovan, Lewis Crocker, Paddy Donovan on Thursday. So you've got a double preview next weekend.
I know we're just
a puncher's chance first.
I know we're just in September, but this is a really, really good early Christmas present.
It's really early. It's really
early.
Christmas present.
Yeah.
It'll be funny. Have you walked into any hotels around Cardiff today?
No, I don't tend to.
I guarantee you go in there while they advertising already.
I've got a big Christmas tree in there. Has the St. David Centre got Christmas tree in it yet? No, a bit
Probably
early?
not.
Not till Halloween's done.
I'm talking
Is
about...
this an early Halloween present? Is that better?
I walked past the Marriott.
Okay.
And they've got £45 meal. So
that's not bad for a Christmas dinner. I'm not. They want to start
free course. I don't think it's a free course, man. I didn't read it full.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I'll update you next week.
Yeah, if you could. I think that if you stick around for that, guys. So if you can subscribe,
that's what we really
Spotify,
need on the Crawford Canelo fight week.
Yeah, just 5 minutes of that.
A few small fights next week, but obviously more importantly, what the Christmas dinner is saying at the Marriott. So stick around for that. Thank you all for tuning in as always. If you want to see videos of Ben insulting people, then follow us on TikTok or Instagram, YouTube obviously for the video or short form content, and Spotify if you prefer to listen rather than see us. Thank you all as always, and we'll see you all next week.
Punches chance. Punches Chance Podcast.